take Macaulay duration, divide that by 1 plus yield to maturity divided by coupon frequency. And I'm going to give that a different format. This simply means if interest rates went up by 1 percentage point, so in this example, if financial duration, which is equal to Macaulay duration divided by 1 plus interest rate divided by frequency, that's R divided by F is basically period interest rate. Okay. Let's just remind ourselves. So if, and let's call this FD 1.845, then if DR is 1% or 0.01, then percentage dV is going to be financial duration times 0.01, or where are you? $835. If change is 1 basis point, also known as BPS, then if you know the original value of the bond, you can calculate what the change is. Now let's go back and let's make this, everything else being the same, let's make this a 30-year bond. Okay. See how big the difference is? For a 30-year bond, if interest rates go from let's say in this case 6% to 7%, approximately bond is going to lose over 13% of its value. If interest rates go from 6% to 6.01, it's going to lose 0.13% of its value, and so on. But for a 2-year bond, we didn't have that. I mean, let's look at a 50-year-old bond. It's only 15, partly because a lot of the cash flow is in the future. But if yield to maturity was lower, it's going to take you on average 24 years to get your money. But for 30 years, 17. Okay. So we learn two things from this. A, Macaulay duration and hence financial duration increases with the maturity of a coupon bond. And B, uh, if the yield to maturity is lower, uh, the interest rate is actually higher. With the same argument, if the coupon rates are lower, for example, for a zero coupon bond, which is not surprising, Macaulay duration is exactly 30 because you get all of your money in 30 years. Financial duration is only slightly less than that. But if it was a 20% coupon bond, it's half. So the higher is the coupon rate, the lower is the interest rate risk. That also makes sense. If the coupon rate is higher relative to the face value, you're getting a lot of your money early on. You know, face value is 1,000, but in the first 2 years, you're going to get 200 back. And in the first year, you're going to get 200 back. In fact, in the first 5 years, you're going to get 1,000 back. And present value of that is much higher compared to the 1,000 you're going to get 30 years from now. So the higher is the coupon rate, on average, the earlier you're getting your money, which means your interest rate risk is much less. You know, let's use on Monday, we're going to actually write our own VBA function for to calculate a weighted average, and B, to calculate financial duration, because I don't want to do these tables every time I need it. You can, I mean, we're going to leave it as such. It handles up to 1,200 periods, so it can handle 100-year bond with monthly coupons. But I don't like that extra stuff. So we'll have both of them. But as of today, we're going to use the concept of financial duration to hedge a bond portfolio. You guys remember SVB? Silicon Valley Bank? They went down last March. And they failed because of, among others, two major reasons. Actually, three major reasons. The first one was regulatory. You guys remember Dodd-Frank Act that was enacted after the 2008 crash? It basically created a group of banks. These were called banks that are important to the banking system. So if a JP Morgan goes down, since they do business with pretty much everybody, it is very likely that that's going to create a domino effect. So it has systemic risk. If University of Kentucky Federal Credit Union goes down, you know, nobody would lose an ounce of sleep over it. But if I know that JP Morgan goes down, I'm gonna start hoarding ammo and food, okay? Because things are gonna get really bad.